Okay, welcome back. Well, as luck would have it, there's a little butterfly. Um, I've driven past one of my favourite local hotspots. It's a recreational lake, and you can see across the other side of the lake there. There's a sandy beach, artificial, but great for families and good for me if I fancy time on the beach. Let's spin you around. I'll show you the lake. So you may not be able to see them, but when I arrived there were lots of fish just here in this shallow area near where my car is parked. But yeah, there are lots of fish in the lake. I don't think you're allowed to fish here because of the public swimming and everything. Perhaps only on special occasions, but there we are. It's a lovely lake. So I'll walk around and show you some more. Ah, well, there we go. There's information there about the fishing. So I probably got it completely wrong. So as well as the lake here and the beach, there are also lots of trees and a bit of a woodland. So even on a hot day you can find somewhere shady, which is nice. So it's a popular spot for locals who know where the place is. There's a big blue dragonfly sticking up on the twig there. Don't know if we're going to fly by, so you may not be able to see it very well. It's quite nice to see. And staying flat. There's a little fish underneath it, picking at the surface. Not sure what it's trying to do. Making friends with a dragonfly. That's really kind of funny. Back. Likes that spot. Yeah, some small fish darting around, possibly chased by some bigger fish. And dragonflies just flown by. There's two of them there now, skimming across the water. Very nice. I have seen some really big fish in here. I think there must be carp. I don't know if we'll see any today. Dragonflies there. And some small fish in the water. So up at this end of the lake is where I've previously seen some of the big fish or carp, just in the shallows. Just cruising on the surface in the heat. Haven't seen them today, but they're there somewhere. Oh, I've just missed it, but there was a leaping fish right in the middle of the lake over there. Quite a big splash as it fell back into the water. So, bit of a rare sight, but yeah, I wish I'd been able to catch that on camera. There may be others, but it's hard to know when and where, so not sure that we'll see any more. I guess the fish are now catching the flies that are emerging and flying above the water. I found a shady spot here under a tree, and there's a nice breeze blowing, which is quite refreshing. You may have seen in the video previously that it was 30 plus degrees, which is quite warm. when you're not used to it. And I enjoy it, but yeah, I'm not that used to it at the moment. I can see plenty of small fish swimming around. The water is really clear. You can see right to the bottom in this area, although it's not deep. Probably no more than a couple of foot deep. But yeah, nice to see the little fish swimming around. It's probably too clear for the big ones to be here. As you can probably see, I've just recently got back from my travels and visiting the local village markets that I've been at today. So I'll show you the purchases that I've made today. Only just 2 of them, but I'll show you anyway. So let's have a look. Well, okay folks, this is reveal time. These are my 2 purchases. So you can see here I've got a long handled copper with tinned interior, like a, I don't know what it is, a soup server. Yeah, scoop out the cauldron and serve into bowls. It's lovely. I thought it was very pretty. It's got a pattern detail around the whole way round. Plus it's got a name here near the handle which intrigued me, so I'm gonna look that up. I think that might have been the detail which swung it for me, made me decide to buy it. So it may not be what it looks like, I don't know. I think it's authentic. I think it's old. The handle certainly is. You can have a look at the handle. This is iron. It's got a nice sort of curl at the end. That would have been done by hand. I think it's in pretty good condition. Could do with a clean up, but yeah, it's about probably 6 inches or so in diameter on the base and maybe 8 inches on the rim, and it kind of tapers around the sides. But I think it's a lovely thing, very decorative. Probably not a practical thing to use anymore, but hanging on the wall, that would look absolutely fabulous, I think, in the right place. So yeah, there's a little bit of pitting in the copper in the base, bit of patina as they say. It looks like it's been cleaned up at some point in the past, but may need another bit of a clean up. But yeah, that pattern goes, well, nearly all the way around apart from where the handle is attached. Goes all the way around. Same pattern all the way around, and finishes neatly where it started, just underneath those handle fixings. Yeah, it's a lovely thing. So I couldn't resist that. I thought it was a good find and I thought it was a good price, so I decided in the end to go for it. And I can look up that name that was on there near the handle, see if that reveals anything more about the item. But yeah, quite a good find. So the handle is probably 657, well in French it'll be 65 or 70 centimeters, 700 mil plus another sort of 200 odd, 250 for the rim of the pan. So yeah, it's looking good. And the other item which I've got here on display, 3 lovely tomato plants. So on the left is a variety which has large tomatoes, and the 2 on the right, the red pots, have small cherry tomatoes. So I've got 3 of those to put in the garden, because if you've seen on previous videos, I've been digging a patch in the garden to plant some fruit and veg into, and this was my first fruit and veg purchase, so I can put those in the garden later when it's a bit cooler. I'll leave them in the shade for now and top up their water. But yeah, very pleased to have found those. That was the purchase I made kind of by accident, passing by the village market, which I didn't know was happening, but they were there and selling these plants and others. But this is what I bought. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to have to work out how to keep these tomato plants safe from the pests and also sheltered a bit from the wind and the sun. So I'll think about that a bit more. But yeah, not too bad all in all. Not much to show for my outing, but to be fair, I'm pleased with what I've got, and I think that was enough for me today. So hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. I'll do an update later on, so yeah, stick around and hopefully I'll show you some more.